My life I feel it in there. I'm a happy place in my life, and it can't change. And I just come out here to do right. So whether day or night, I will never change.
All right. We are live. And as you come in, let me know if you can see me. You should be able to see me. But let me know if you're hearing the music. I'm just here to welcome everyone in. I totally underestimated how busy this week was going to be. Oh my goodness.
Patrice again, yeah. And again and again. I want you doing with your time. I'm up in the western time. I want you doing with your time. I'm up in town right now.
Better days are coming, coming, change ways. All right, while I'm waiting for you guys to hop in, hope you guys are hearing the music.
Section 1, you want ways to sing for me. Sing this. Ting, 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 ting. Nice. Section 2, join in with this one. Hey. Bang, 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 bang. Nice. Section 3, the sweet. This are the sections. You want you singing? Nice. Oh, you're something good.
We got the city on lockdown.
My friends and we could bring your friends and we friends will all line together. Just decide who hosts we lining in this place alright, right here in the back. Yeah, jam. We go tingy-licky. This right vibes and we be tonight right here in the back. Yeah, jam. Hey, go straight in the kitchen, grab a box and then start eating. You hear me? This is no carnival. We already like it, but we got to set it. They can't keep it up too long enough. We're right in the backyard, right here in the backyard. Jam. We go tickle-licky. It's right and we get tonight right here in the backyard. Jam. Hey, go straight in the kitchen, grab a pot and then start eating. You hear me? Must have an announcer, someone who will keep the order to give you house shoes and safety tips. So when you wind down low, you couldn't break your hip. We don't need no big promoter. The members go be responsible. So when you see the police, tell them come get some something to eat right now in the back. Jam. We go tingy licky, tingy licky, tingy licky. It's right, right, and we till I and I share in the back. Jam. Hey, go shut in the kitchen, grab a pot and then start beating your head. But every heart must have a whiner, hard girl to show off she bumper. Who will go down, start wine and roll it like a lesson. We not the topic promoter, the neighbors could be responsible. Hey, when you see the police, tell them we not flashing up the street, we are in the back. Jam. We go tingy licky, tingy licky, tingy licky. It's right vibes and we be till I and right here in the back. Jam. Hey, go straight in the kitchen, grab a pot and then start beating your head. Bring my friends and you could bring your friends and we friends will all lie
Wake
together.
up the city on lockdown.
On your phone. They say no carnival. I go bring my friends and you could bring your friends and we friends will all lie together. Just decide who house we like in. This place are vibe right here in the back. Jam. We go tingy licky, tingy licky, tingy licky. It's right vibes and we be till I and right here in the back. Jam. Hey, go straight in the kitchen, grab a pot and then start beating your hair.
Ninja Production. Ninja Production.
I am Optimus Prime. You are now listening to DJ K9.
Section 1, here one way to sing for me. Sing this. Ding, 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 ding. Nice. Section 2, join in with this one. This one. Hey. Bang, 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 bang. Nice. Section 3, the sweet, the steady sections. Here we are singing. Nice. Oh, you're sounding good. Hey. Let me jump. Let me jump. Let me jump. I could bring my friends and we could bring your friends and we friends will all line together. Just decide who house we lining in. This place are vibe right here in the back. Jam. We go tingy licky, tingy licky, tingy licky. It's right vibes and we be till I and right here in the back. Jam. Hey, go straight in the kitchen, grab a pot and then start beating your head. This is no carnival. We really like it, but we got to set it. They can't keep it up too long enough. We're right in the backyard, right here in the back. Jam. We go tingy licky, tingy licky, tingy licky. This right vibes and we be till I and right here in the back. Jam. Hey, go straight in the kitchen, grab a pot and then start beating your hair. Backyard must have an announcer, someone who will give the order to give you house shoes and safety tips. So when you wind down low, you wouldn't break your hip. We don't need no big promoter. The neighbors go be responsible. So when you see the police, tell them come get something to eat right now in the back. Jam. We go tingy licky, tingy licky, tingy licky. This right vibes and we be till I and I share in the back.
Welcome, everyone, for this encore presentation. I got the music to work today, and I'm well dancing in the background here. Welcome, welcome. Just 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes of soca energy, and we started. And wherever you are, if you're hearing the music, get up and dance, shake a leg. If you all know me, you know I love my soca music. It is life, I swear to you. So while we wait for a couple more people to jump on, all right, I have to stop it because I swear to God, if I don't start, I would listen to soca music all day. I love it. Soca music is live. Really, it is live. I just want to thank you guys for being here for this special encore presentation of Unleashing the Power of Publicity. Welcome, 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 welcome. And of course, because we're ready to start, my next laptop right here is starting to give problems. But you know what? It's all good. Thank you guys for being here. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with yours truly, talking about all things PR, publicity, media, and how you can get featured. So I'm just going to take myself off the screen. Let me know. I know when I tried this yesterday, it did not work. So tell me if you guys can still hear me in the chat. Um, Yesterday when I tried to take myself and made the screen bigger, it just for whatever reason didn't work. Let me know if it's working today. It should be. It should be. So just let me know in the chat if you're still hearing me. And I just want to welcome you guys again. I'm so happy that you all have decided to unleash the power of publicity in your business because we all know that the online space is getting ridiculously cluttered. We have the vaccine, we have all the memes, we have the jokes. I don't know if you guys know what's going on in Afghanistan right now. It's a lot. It's really heartbreaking. And these are all the things that are cluttering up the space, right? There's so much. There's too much actually, right? So getting the PR and the publicity that you absolutely need would help you step up and stand out and really showcase your brand as an authority figure. So, by the end of this training, and I hope you stay till the end, but by the end of this training, you'll be able to understand how publicity works in your overall marketing plan. Easily find and choose the media that will feature you and your message. Pitch with confidence, which is very important. Make an impact in the media and to your audience. And finally, and I believe most importantly, really leverage the media because we want to be great. We want to gain that credibility. We want to gain that authority. We want to make money. We want to make all of this make sense and translate into dollars and cents. So, we did this before. We're gonna do it again. I want you to say it with me. I'm very big on the universe. I'm very big with putting things out there in the universe. Wherever you are, I don't care if people think you're crazy. I need you to say this with me. I am so ready to put your business and my brand out there. Right? So say it out loud, speak it into being, and really believe that the universe has brought you here for a particular reason, and the universe will give you exactly what it is that you ask for. And if you stay till the end, you will get your free copy of the Kali Commandments, 5 proven tips and tricks to help you stay visible in a noisy world. And it's going to come to your inbox in just a few hours after this live training. So be sure to stay till the end because I'm all about helping you build your visibility so you can build your credibility and authority so you can make massive impact and massive income right now. So, talk to me. Talk to me in the chat. Feel free to ask questions as well, but talk to me. What comes to mind when you think of publicity? First thing I always people ask me, what am I even going to talk about? I don't even know if I'm ready yet. And who want to interview me? I'm nobody. I'm not anyone important. I cannot tell you how many times I've actually heard people say that, right? I can't tell you how many times people say I'm nobody important. You are, sweetie. You are very important. And the media wants to interview you. And you need to keep that in mind, right? And you also probably think it's hard to get and it's probably really expensive. I promise you, the media is free. You just need to know what to do, what to say, and who to connect with to make sure you get featured. And that is what this training is about. So, before we step before we move any further, just a bit of housekeeping. Please, if you can, eliminate any distractions. I know it can be hard, especially when we're working from home. It could be a little difficult, but please eliminate any distractions so you can be focused on this training. Because at the end of this, I really want you to pitch with confidence and get your name out there, right? And definitely ask any questions. If you had any aha moments, put it in the chat. Let's inspire and motivate each other. Yeah? So I am your friendly neighborhood marketer. Everyone calls me Kali because of my business, Kali Communications. And I help people like you really show up effectively in the media, right? And my vision is really to help as many business owners and entrepreneurs promote themselves the right way to the right people so they can make the money they deserve right now. I see so many business owners really struggling with finding how to connect with their audience right now. And I really want to take away all that stress and confusion and make it very clear, very, very clear how you should be moving forward. These are just some of the brands that I've worked with in my 17 plus years in marketing, communications, and PR. And I have made these companies millions, if not billions of dollars over the years, helping them with obviously their marketing, their strategy, their PR, their media. And I just want to introduce you to quite some people. This is Marlena Cole. Now, Marlena calls me her sister from Trinidad. We have become very, very close. She was actually struggling for over a year to get featured. She believed that she was doing everything right. And she reached out to me and she said, Carla, I need your help. I need to get featured. I've been trying this thing for far too long and nothing is happening. So I said, let's work it out. Let's do something, right? And I literally taught her the framework I'm going to teach you right now. And within 2 weeks, she was featured in three major publications: Business Insider, Thrive Global, Up Journey. She was also featured in many, many others since then. And her sales have gone up, her opt-ins have gone up, her visibility has gone up, her engagement has gone up. I kid you not, she is making waves over there. This is my other friend, Nikisha Hassan. She is an esthetician based right here in Trinidad and Tobago, and she came to me panicked and stressed because COVID had just hit about a week after she did an entire rebranding of her business. And we were on lockdown. Like, I guess everywhere else in the world, we were on lockdown. So she was like, gosh, Carls, what am I going to do? And I said to her, I said, sweetie, we may not be in control of a lot of things, but we are in control of who sees us and who hears us. And it's the people that are seen and heard that are going to be remembered. So I sat with her and I said, let me get, you know, let me organize some press for you. Let me organize some features for you because you need to show up. And I was able to get her first international feature in maybe about 2 weeks, a week or two after we spoke. And when we reopened, my girl, my girl has been booked solid since then. Despite what's going on in the economy, despite what's going on globally, she has been booked solid. This is another person that I've helped. You may recognize her face from social media. This is Jamila Bannister. I'm actually part of her Brand Print Summit. So, curious story about the Brand Print Summit. It all started with a book. And Jamila wrote this book, and as she was ready to launch, COVID hit. And she called me, as most people do. How am I going to fix this? And I said, let's get it out there. Pandemic or no pandemic, people need to know what's going on with their how to pivot and how to change and how to do what they need to do with their business. So they need to get your books in their hands, right? So I started to get her featured within hours, I think, of sending her some links. She was featured online. She was featured in multiple, multiple places all over the world. And now Jamila has not just, made so much money off of her book. She has now transformed the book into what she calls the Brand Print Summit, global summit, first of its kind in this part of the world. And this is the second annual edition. And I'm happy to say that I am a speaker at her event. And I'm happy to see how she has grown so tremendously. And if you're on social media, you may recognize a few of these faces, some from Trinidad, some from the US, all of them business owners, some of them mothers and fathers, but all of them unleashing the power of publicity in their business. That's the one thing they all have in common, right? They have been putting themselves out there, using the press, despite what's going on in the world, despite what might be happening in their lives in terms of, you have so many different things and being pulled in all these different ways. All of them are seeing growth through the use of PR and publicity. And then there's me. I wouldn't be much of a marketer if I didn't talk about myself, right? I've been all over the world virtually. I've not had to leave my house. I've been as far as China, New Zealand, Australia, India, all over the world, talking about myself, sharing my story, giving advice, sharing strategies, and helping business owners around the world understand how to utilize the power of publicity in their business. I have been named Best Promotions Company. I am number 31 on a global list of PR firms that helps small businesses and startups. I've named one of the top 100 marketers to follow, one of the 100 top marketers to follow. I teach PR and publicity and crisis management here in Trinidad and Tobago at not one but two prestigious organizations. And I also work with the US Embassy right here in Trinidad with the Academy of Women Entrepreneurs Initiative, where we help motivate and inspire women who are looking to make their mark in the world with their business. So I tell you, PR has a way of opening doors for you. It has a way of opening doors. And I want you to understand that you too can have those doors opened for you. And these are just some more reasons to love, just random reasons. I have two children. They're born 18 years apart. Don't ask me why. My son is 3 and my daughter is 21. I have no idea why that happened. If you came in early, you would have heard the soca music because soca for me is life. I love carnival. I love my soca music. It really gives me the energy. I live where a lot of people would love to vacation. I'm in awe that where I live is on somebody's bucket list to visit. Like, I think that is so amazing. So I have the beaches and I have the good food and the good music and the beautiful woman, aka myself. And if you haven't realized as yet, I am a tad bit crazy, but as a marketer, it comes with the territory. But I promise you, it is the good kind of crazy. So, how do we go? How do we move from virtually unknown to world renowned? So, let me ask a question. Why do we need publicity? Well, it's too much noise out there. It's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous how much noise there is out there, right? And if you're on social media, it makes it so much worse. If you're on Facebook, you are sharing that space with 2.9 billion users. That's billion with a B. In Instagram, 1 billion users, LinkedIn, 700 million, YouTube, 2.1 billion. And let's not even talk about Clubhouse and Pinterest and TikTok. And oh my God, it's too much. And you don't know where to be, what to do, which platform to learn. You're not sure. And then it's a lot. It's a lot of competing information, a lot of competing noise. As I mentioned before, you have the vaccine, you have world news, you have memes, you have jokes, you have videos, you have other business owners talking about themselves, sharing videos, doing all these different things. You're going to have to try that much harder to stand out. And that's why I always say PR is the missing piece, right? It is the missing piece in your business because that PR is the thing that is going to help you show up. People just look at you different. They see you different. You're in a different level when they say, "Oh, I've been featured." Yeah? When you say "Oh, I've been in the press." I've had pop magazines write about me. "Oh, I've been on TV." People just look at you different. I can tell you how many people sit up and look at me differently when I say, "Oh, I've been in Forbes. I've been featured in Forbes." Yeah, it's just a different feeling. So you definitely need that to cut through the noise and the clutter. So before you do anything, I need you to do two things. I need you to get clear on your audience, and I need you to get clear on what it is you want to talk about. Because your audience will tell you where you need to be and also what they want to hear, right? And especially now with the pandemic, and buying habits have changed, and listening habits have changed, and viewing habits have changed. People are working from home. They're going to tell you what they're interested in, and you need to listen, because I'll tell you where you need to show up. So let's say you want to talk about entrepreneurship. No problem. That's fabulous. But what about entrepreneurship, right? What exactly do you want to talk about entrepreneurship? Do you want to share your specific story of triumph, or do you want to highlight maybe female entrepreneurs? And if you want to highlight female entrepreneurs doing something great, is it women of color? Do you want to talk about work life balance and productivity? Because knowing all of this is going to help you. And I'll give you a perfect example. When I was featured in Word of Mom Radio, I knew her audience was working mothers, mompreneurs. I knew it. So I was able to say, well, okay, based on the fact that I know who her audience is, I know I'm going to talk about how to maintain productivity when you have a toddler at home, because at the time my son was 2, right? And I know working from home with a toddler is stress. Working from home is stressful. Add a toddler into the mix, it's a lot. It is a lot, right? But because I knew who her audience was, I was able to speak directly to them, and I knew exactly where to show up, and I knew exactly what to speak about, right? So it's very important for you to understand, the types of topics a particular media house covers, what their audience is interested in, and the delivery of your topic, because some topics are better written, as in a feature, or spoken, right? So think about it for a minute. What topics really interest you? What can you talk on and on about? What do people beg you to shut up about? Let me know. And one of the things I absolutely love about PR and publicity is that you can choose the one that is best for you. You don't have to show up on TV if you're not ready for that. You don't have to. You can start with like a guest blog or a guest post, because you're now going to be showing up to a whole new audience. And you can direct that audience to where you want to go, where you want them to go, whether it's to your website or to an opt-in or to your social media pages. You can tell them where you want them to go, right? Or you can do a podcast interview, whether it's camera on, camera off. If you're not ready for the camera on, do a cameras off interview or a radio interview. If you're saying to me, oh gosh, Carla, I don't like writing, right? I don't like writing, but I want to speak. Or I don't like writing, but I don't mind somebody writing about me. Then there are features in press and magazine where a journalist will actually write about you, right? And then there are things like roundups, which all of my clients love. A roundup looks like 10 entrepreneurs talk about how they maintain productivity during the pandemic. So you're basically just answering a single question. And there you are, featured in a publication. And that's actually how I got featured in Forbes. They asked a simple question: which book has had, I can't remember the exact question, but it was about what book has changed the way you do business or has helped you with your business. And I spoke about essentialism and how that book changed my life. And boom, shot, there I was in Forbes. It's literally that simple. It's literally that simple, right? So whether you like to write, speak, be written about, show up on video, don't show up on video, there is a PR that will want to feature you. There is a media that will want to feature you. Even my IT girl, she is a whiz at doing all the tech stuff behind the scenes, but she hates to show up on camera. But I was able to get her in about 6 publications, international publications, because all she had to do was answer some questions and submit 2 headshots. And my girl has been featured all over. So you can choose the one that best suits you and your personality and where you are right now. So you can build confidence moving forward. So let's look at some media secrets. Let's pull back the curtain, as they said. So, media secret number one, pit stories, right? Not topics. And I'm going to say something that might hurt a few of your feelings. I'm apologizing from up front. The fact of the matter is, no one cares about you and your business. No one cares about me, Kali Communication, CEO of, and founder. No one cares. What they do care about is what I did and what I had to go through to become what I am today. They want to hear about my journey. They want to hear about the mistakes that I've made or the good decisions that I have made that brought me forward. They want to hear about the things people told me that, I wasn't going to make it. I'm in the wrong gender. I'm in the wrong country. I have all these things working against me. Like, that's what the media wants to hear because that's what people want to hear. Because people want to be motivated, inspired to do more. And if you look and you see that image right there, that is an actual image from a publication that I was featured in called Barbados Today. And the headline says it all: taking the plunge. Businesswoman overcomes self doubt to build a successful company. People want to know about my journey. And if you put yourself in the place of the listener or the reader, you will understand why. You don't want to see somebody all polished. You want to hear what they went through because you know what? You might be going through the same thing. And you want to know that you can come out on the other side. And you want to know that it's possible because if they can do it, you can do it too, right? So there is a bit of vulnerability that comes with PR. There's a bit of it. I'm not saying, as we say in Trinidad, you don't want to tell everybody your business. But you do want to be a little vulnerable and you want to share your story and you want to be as relatable as possible. And it's all about timing, right? Timing is very important. I promise you, every pitch that was sent pre COVID was shelved because COVID was the quote unquote hot topic. It really was. It's what everyone was talking about, right? So many journalists are looking for things that are in the moment. So when COVID hit, I was able to change everything that I offer to a COVID spin. So I was able to talk to mompreneurs about how to maintain productivity while working from home. I was able to talk to business owners on how to pivot their marketing during this pandemic. I was able to show up to so many different segments. I even spoke about crisis management on television, right? And the ways that we can avoid doing and saying things that might hurt our business and what to do in the event something bad happens, what to do, right? So it's all about timing. So let's just say, you can't do a COVID spin because COVID is still a very hot topic. But let's say where your business is concerned, you can't do a COVID spin. You can use something called a publicity calendar. And you can Google this, right? But a publicity calendar really tells you, well, okay, for the year, we have these important dates and times are um that speak to a particular audience. So we know on a normal calendar we have like Christmas, New Year's Day, Easter, and then we have the special days, but are not holidays. So like Mother's Day, Father's Day, but they're also like Men's Health Month or Mental Health Month. So let's say your business or your brand relates to people who, the audience relates to that. You can then show up during those times. There's Entrepreneurship Month, which I believe is in November, Global Entrepreneurship Month. So if you want to target entrepreneurs, you're going to have to be very active in November. So you already know that if you want to be in the press takes about 6 months, right? Between pitch to actually print. Do you know if you want to be in Global Entrepreneurship Month, then you need to send out your pitch from, let's say, June, July, right? But if you want to be on TV, or maybe on a radio, there's a shorter lead time, maybe about 6 weeks. So you have a bit of time before you send out a pitch. But my point is, having that publicity calendar will help you plan more effectively, right? There are even fun holidays like National Cupcake Day and National Sleep All Day Day. And there are all these fun holidays that you can Google, you can search, and you can find. And you can create an entire PR campaign around your PR effort so you can show up exactly where you need to be. I hope you guys are doing Great. I hope everything is. I'm just gonna check quickly in the chat and make sure everyone is doing well. So, we're going to talk about making an impact now because it's all about making an impact. We know who our audience is, right? We know what we want to talk about. We know what our message is, right? We know what our story is, right? So now we have to start putting things together. So definitely create a media list. That's one of the best ways to help you get started because if you know what your audience is consuming, meaning reading or listening to, then you know exactly which publications you need to be in. Or here in Trinidad, we have highly segmented print publications. So within our daily newspapers, we have a woman's magazine, we have a magazine for like construction and like we have different segments, right? So you know if even if you have to be in the newspaper, which supplement you would like to be in depending on the audience. So if that is something that you can get involved in, then definitely put that on your list, right? Also magazines, TV shows, podcasts based on their audience and what it is that you want to talk about. Because you need to choose the media that aligns with your values, that can help you achieve your goals and can help you reach a specific target audience. And I always recommend that you start with the ones you're familiar with, but just make sure there is a wide cross section of your target audience because PR is an investment of your time and energy, and you don't have that to waste. Once that is gone, you can't get it back. So you want to make sure that you are utilizing your time and energy effectively. Next, you need to develop your pitch. And if you came through my mailing list, you would have gotten free bonus training. If you haven't checked it out, please go back. You would have gotten free bonus training on how to put together your pitch, right? So I strongly recommend you go back and listen to that and do the worksheet. But when it comes to developing a pitch, you really need to state why their listeners or readers would be interested in what you have to say. Because at the end of the day, it's about them. It's not really about you, it's about them and how you can motivate, inspire, inform, and transform their lives. So, is what you're going to talk about, will it solve a particular problem, shed light on an important issue, or highlight you or someone you know doing something fabulous? That needs to be in your pitch. And I always suggest that you use your experience as credibility. If you've never been featured before, which most of you probably have not, that's fine. Don't be like, oh my goodness, no one is going to take me seriously. They will. I would strongly recommend if you've done work for someone before, even if it was for free, that you put it in your pitch to show that you have helped people. No one has to know it was for free, right? So, great news. Your pitch has been accepted. The journalist loves you. The editor is ready for you. They're ready to organize this interview with you. So how do you turn it up and do a really great job? Well, plan ahead. Plan ahead as much as possible. For guest blogging, do they need a first draft? And if so, how early? For live interviews, when do you need to be in studio? What time do you need to show up in studio? Right? Even if it's a virtual studio, that is very important. A lot of them suggest, like, they want a certain background. They don't want anything that is too busy. So you need to plan ahead as much as possible, right? I remember literally getting caught off guard once because I didn't do this small but important thing. And I had to show up for a podcast and I literally rolled off of bed and jumped on thinking it was a cameras off interview. But it wasn't. And I had to feign technical difficulties to get myself together so I could be on camera. All because I didn't plan ahead. So make sure you work out what you need and what has to be done. And then prepare to over deliver. You did all this work. Kudos to you, right? Now it's time to wow your audience. And don't even worry about, messing up. And I mean this for like TV or radio. You might, eat up your words or you might make a mistake. This actually makes you more human and makes you more relatable. Again, no one wants to see the polished you. They want to see the real you. right? So don't even worry about it. I remember one of my clients, she did a television interview and she had what we call a brain fart live. And she called me and she's like, "Oh my God, Carla, did you see?" I was like, "Yes, I did." But guess what? It was fine because we that happens to all of us, and it wasn't it wasn't as bad as you think, right? People just want to know who you are and they want to see the real you. So breathe, take a deep breath. You've absolutely got it. But I just want to add one thing. Let's say, for example, your pitch wasn't accepted, right? Or you don't hear back from the journalist or the editor. That's not necessarily your fault. Maybe the story was changed. Maybe they switched editors. I remember once I sent a pitch and they switched editors and the new editor didn't get the pitch, right? So things happen, right? As I mentioned before, anything that was pitched pre COVID was shelved because COVID was the hot topic. It didn't mean that the pitch wasn't good. It just didn't fit with any times anymore. So this is why you really need to follow up. So don't take it that you didn't get a response and that is a bearing on you. It really isn't. It just could be that times have changed, plans have changed, editors have changed, and therefore you may need to change or update your pitch. But it all happens when you follow up, right? But after you've gotten featured, it's time to level up. You really do need to leverage. It's not enough to say, I've been featured. You got to do something with it. So first things first, share it on social media and remember to tag the reporter and or the publication where possible and update your website and your email headers, as featured in and put the logo. That speaks volumes. Volumes. When people see that, I mean, I swear, it takes you to a totally different level. So make sure and put that as seen in, right? And the logo. And after the interview, please send the reporter a quick note saying, thank you, and letting them know that you're available for future opportunities. Because let's be real, they didn't have to interview you. So saying thank you goes a long way. And I also want you to remember that a lot of journalists and editors, they work for different publications. So if they remember you for this publication, chances are if something happens in another publication that you would be perfect for, they will remember you. So I'm taking a little breather here. How's everyone doing? I know it seems like a lot, but I promise you it really isn't. So I hope everyone is doing well. Let me know in the comments how you're doing, right? And don't forget, definitely stay till the end to get your copy of the Kali Commandments 5 proven tips and tricks to help you stay visible in a noisy world. If you stay to the end, that is yours and that is coming your way in just a few hours after this live training. So don't even worry about it. So, are you ready to show up and show off? I want to say yes. And the reason I want to say yes is because you're here, right? And you're here for a reason. You're here because you're fed up of trying different things and it's not working. You're fed up of other people taking your money, right? Money that belongs to you, taking your clients that belong to you. And then, you know what has upset me? And you're going to hear the passion in my voice. You know what has upset me? When they go by these other people, right? These other people don't give them a fraction of the value that you would give them. But yet that person is taking your money. That's annoying, right? But the reason your clients is going to these other people is because these other people are showing up, right? They're showing up. And your people don't know who you are as yet. So it's time to make them know who you are, right? Because now more than ever, the media is looking for people like you to feature. They're looking for feel good stories. They're looking for experts to share their knowledge and experience and expertise. So they're looking for you, right? So it's time for you to get your ideas out there in front of thousands, millions, billions of people and stand out from the crowd and get noticed. It's time for you to connect with and help much more people and become the go to expert in your field. And it's time that you achieve your goals because you are great at what you do and you deserve to make money for doing what you love. And I'm going to reveal that shortcut to business growth because my goal is to move you from invisible to invincible. No more trying to figure things out. No more not being sure what to do. I literally give you every single thing you need guaranteed. And how do I know? Because it's what I've learned, tested, and proved with my own brand and with my clients. And it's the same framework that I've used to gain my clients and I features in publications such as Insider Magazine, Bustle, Huffington Post, BuzzFeed, Forbes, and many, 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 many more. Right? So, how about I get you featured in 30 days? 30 days, guaranteed. Because my ultra one of a kind exclusive mastermind will help you do just that. And I know you're probably thinking, oh God, Carla, am I ready? Will I have time for this? Will it really help me grow my business? Yes. Yes, it would because it has worked for so many other people and I'm sure I guarantee that it's gonna work for you. And how can I prove that? How can I be so sure that you'll get featured in 30 days? Meet Jamie. This is Jamie Rampasad, who, like you, was sitting down right where you were, right where you are actually, listening to me talk. And Jamie knew she needed to get PR and publicity in her business. She knew that was the thing that would put her head and shoulders above the rest. She knew it, but she just didn't know how to go about it. And she sat with me in the media mastermind. We went through everything, right? And she was able to take the information I shared with her and get booked in not one, but two publications here in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Because her audience is right here in Trinidad and Tobago. She runs a photography business, right? And she has been booked for months despite being on lockdown, despite the pandemic, despite what's going on. She has been sold out for months. And this is the little love note that she sent. She was so excited, right? And the one thing I have to add this, the one thing, the byproduct, I should say, of getting featured is confidence. Your confidence builds, seeing your face on a newspaper, seeing your name in black and white, hearing your voice and seeing yourself on TV, it just does something for you. You now can say, oh my gosh, I've done this. I can do this again. It's almost like a high. So with my media mastermind, I go through all the modules and we answer every single possible question you could possibly have about getting featured. It was designed that way. Designed that way. So you have no excuses. So module one, what am I even going to talk about? Well, we're going to get clear on your message. We're going to get clear on what you want to be known for, what you want your brand to be known for, right? And how you want your brand to be seen on a global space. So that's what we're going to cover in module one. Module two, who do I even talk to? Well, I'm going to tell you which media to connect with, which type of publicity is best for you, and you're going to get full access to my personal media resources. So you know exactly who you're going to be talking to or who you're going to be pitching to, right? Module three. Oh my God, what do I say? Well, I'm going to talk about pitching. It's all things pitching on how to write a pitch, how to get noticed, how to secure that, you get eyes and ears on your pitch so that you stand out, and how to score an interview just by being yourself and sharing your story. And then, of course, because you have my media list, you'll know exactly who to send the pitch to so it's seen by the right people. And then, module four, is there a way to plan my appearances? Sure. We're going to talk about the publicity calendar and plan your media efforts around everything that you have to do, all your creative ideas, right? And we're going to make sure that you plan your PR around your marketing efforts, because if it's one thing PR can do, it can add credibility to your marketing campaign, right? So we're going to plan ahead. And because I think you're all awesome, I'm going to throw in 3 extra bonuses for you. Bonus one is how to ace your interviews, because I mean you've landed your feature. What are you gonna do now? Right? So how to ace your interviews, and how to become popular and profitable so you can leverage your media to get more media, more visibility, more credibility, and more income. Most important. And bonus three, done for you templates. Literally copy, paste, and go. You get everything that you need to build your business and to get seen. So, what'll it be? The power is in your hands. You get everything. I've answered every possible reservation you might have had. Plus, I'm giving you the tools and the templates you need to move forward. So, what more do you need? I ask, right? Because for just $597 paid in full or two payments of $397, you get everything you need to show up in 30 days. So if you've been fighting the good fight and nothing has been coming out of it, if you're tired, you're stressed, and you're frustrated because you've not been making the kind of strides in business that you know you should be making, then definitely this is the Media Mastermind for you. Head over to www.kalimedia.com/media mastermind and get all the details. But I'm not done yet. I am not done yet. There's more. Because I think you're fabulous, I'm going to do some live trading sessions on marketing for introverts. Show of hands, how many introverts are out there? I totally get it. I mean, I'm not an introvert, but I get it. Putting yourself out there is scary. It's also energy draining, right? So I'm going to do a special presentation for my paid in full attendees, marketing for introverts, tips to help you step up and stand out without losing yourself in the process. Paid in full bonus number two. Remember, I talked about crisis response, right? Because we need to know what to do in the event the unthinkable happens. So I firmly believe every business owner should be ready to react in case, something goes wrong. So I'm going to invite you to live training, response for the modern entrepreneur, how to turn things around should the unexpected happen. Bonus number three, how to totally crush your live media interviews, because I want you to show up confidently on camera. I want you to be clear on what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're saying, because this is your time to shine. So I want to make sure you shine as brightly as possible. And this is live training number three for my paid in full attendees. And lastly, this is Carissa Danielle. She's a holistic life coach. I don't do her justice if I call her a mindset coach. She has been instrumental in the transformation of not just myself, but other attendees of the mastermind and other clients, because she really helps you dig deep. Because we know putting yourself out there could seem like a daunting task. So she really helps you uncover anything that might be keeping you back to help you build confidence as you put yourself out there. If you suffer from imposter syndrome and all of these, comparitis and all of these things, she is going to help you figure that out, get rid of it, and move forward to achieve your dreams. One session with Carissa is just $5,000. So it's time for you to become a media mogul. You get access to my personal media sources, PR and publicity training and support, done for you proposals and templates, plus live training and support, in addition to over $6,000 worth of bonuses, absolutely free. So, what are you waiting on? May I ask? What are you waiting on? Your future is here. Your future is now. Do not hesitate one bit. Because with all the things that are going out in the world, we may not be in control of a lot of things, but we are in control of who sees and who hears us. You are in control. You're in the pilot seat. And I'm giving you the tools that you need to take full flight. So head over to www.kalimedia.com/media mastermind and get all the details you need. and see the success stories from people just like you who are actually featured in 30 days, right? Just like you, because they took action. And speaking of action, I want to leave, as we close off, I want to share this statement with you. There's no transformation in information. Everything that I taught here, right? It's great, right? But it's only transformation in action when you put the work and you do the work and you see the results, right? So, what would it be for the next 30 days and beyond look like for you? Will you still be endlessly posting with the billions and billions of other people on social media, hoping and praying someone sees you? Or will it look like you standing tall, speaking your message, and leading your audience? Because trust me when I say Forbes, Authority Magazine, Entrepreneur Mag, whatever publication you desire is in your future. And I believe that for you, even if you don't believe it in yourself, I believe in you and I believe that you're ready to take your business to the next level because you are here. So don't let this opportunity pass you by, right? So head over to the link. I'll say it again one more time, www.carlymedia.com/media mastermind, and sign up now. And I guarantee you a year from now, you wish you would have started today. So I just want to thank you guys for joining me. Thank you so much for being here. You could have been anywhere. And please enjoy the rest of your day. If you need to reach out to me, there are my social media links on the screen. You can send me a DM or you can check me out on my website. So thanks again, guys, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.